In Australia, the impact of the current cost of living has been felt heavily, particularly for university students who are having to make changes regarding their lifestyle and work choices. I've engaged heavily in research into this topic, understanding the magnitude of this economic change and how it's impacting university students and their choices regarding flexible work. In the last 12 months alone, all five cost of living indexes have increased from 3.6 to 9.6%. We've also had the highest annual rise of CPI since the introduction of the GST in 2000. Inflation is also currently at 7%, which far exceeds the ideal 2 to 3%. These economic changes have been especially difficult for students, majority of which who are casual workers receiving minimum wage due to the lower qualifications and university commitments they have. The Australian Parliament's 2021 report on casual employment also indicates that 48% of full-time students casually work. The effect of this work and study balance during this period has been heavily documented by recent news articles, which highlight the distress and difficulty students have been facing. I also engaged in my own primary research, which involved a survey of my peers, which further supported this research that this is having a huge impact on students and that students are interested in finding secondary income sources. They just don't know how. I also engaged in a one-on-one interview with a colleague who both works and studies full-time, which provided me with further insight into the problem and the subsequent opportunity for change. As outlined in the quote, she expressed the impact the cost of living is having on her lifestyle and well-being and her desire to find other flexible forms of income. This research provides us with a problem. Students are being largely impacted by this increased cost of living, and we need to provide a solution that allows students to affordably and easily access flexible income. As discussed earlier, this increased cost of living has resulted in many lifestyle and work choice changes, which has also increased the prevalence of people looking for secondary forms of income. For many of the population, this has increased the prevalence of side hustles. However, I believe that for students, this is an untapped market. I therefore present my solution, an app called Side Hustle, which is aimed to provide students with an accessible and flexible form of secondary income based on their personal interests and skills. As discussed, the ideal end user is a student who is looking for flexible options for income. Meet Nina. She's an 18 to 25-year-old student who lives in Brisbane, studies full-time, and works 30 hours a week. Nina is literate in technology and she lives out of home, meaning her income is very important to her. She also prioritizes her uni work. In her enjoyment time, she likes to bake. She would love to make this an option for revenue. She needs flexibility, however, and lacks the time and resources to create a website. Therefore, this product and app is suitable for Nina because it provides her with the structure that she needs and the support to pursue her side hustle. The creativity and therefore variety created by this app therefore allows a large target market and means a lot of different users are able to utilize it. In my exploration of the secondary income market, this opportunity was largely attributed to the lack of suitable secondary income streams that were available to students. My findings presented many suggestions and ideas for side hustles, but failed to provide any sufficient structure and support to make these a reality, which are findings reflected in the survey. Although there are access to alternative financial, the app Side Hustle not only provides values through providing students with an option for flexible working arrangement, but it also provides value through its alignment with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, such as providing better health and well-being, quality education, and economic growth. As an entrepreneurial pursuit, this idea is desirable, viable, and feasible. It's desirable as it is filling a need that needs to be filled. Students need flexible income opportunities. It's viable. The average side hustler earns an extra $20,000 to $30,000 a year, as reported by Forbes. It's feasible because technology is getting better and better every day. It's widely accessible and used, and people our age especially understand how to utilize it. Now, why am I suitable for this project? I'm optimistic, creative, and empathetic, values I believe are intrinsically linked with those of a successful entrepreneur. I'm also passionate about helping others and finding creative solutions. I'm also a resilient and intrinsically motivated person. I'm extremely motivated and excited about this opportunity because of the potential that it can provide people with assistance in finding a creative solution to their financial issues, helping their mental and physical well-being, and enabling students to focus more heavily on university without having to worry about income. To build a team for this project, I'm going to prioritize having like minded mindsets, people who are optimistic, and team, and people focused. It's also important that they're technologically skilled so we can bring this idea to life.